we're back, guys. Welcome to the grand finals of the War is Coming event. We've got the TyRanT Legends versus the TyRanT Warlords, and the score is 2-1, with the TyRanT Warlords just bringing their first point onto the board in that last game, preventing the TyRanT Legends from getting too far out of reach. So TyRanT Warlords bringing it back a little bit, and probably, well, of course, looking to get another win under their belt here in game number 4, which is going to take place on Twin Puddles. This is quite an interesting map. In fact, we saw some really interesting strategies on this map as well. One of the notable strategies that I saw on this map was Nabs, Nadia's boys, and sending a villager across to the other side of the map to try and dock on the enemy's puddle. It was kind of cool, and it certainly added a little bit of flavour to things. We'll see what happens in this game. Obviously, it all depends on the players and the team locations in relation to the puddles. The puddles aren't necessarily going to be at the back of your team. They could be on the flank, in which case it's going to be a bit of a grush war. But if the puddles are in the back near the pocket positions, then it's going to be pretty much just for fishing, and that'll give you a big eco boost. So this map's quite nice. There's quite a lot going on. The trees are all kind of, scrubby. They're all over the place, making things a little awkward to wall, but not impossible. Obviously, there's a few bits to wall, but it's not like a million bits of wall that are needed. And also, there's quite a bit of gold scattered around as well. A fair amount of resources for food. A fair amount of stone as well. So we'll introduce the players, we'll see who we've got, and we'll see what civs they're playing as well. So, starting things off then, for the TyRanT Warlords, on the right side of the map, on the far east, in the purple, we've got TyRanT Slam. He's playing as the Huns, and he's in that flank position there. He has got the lake right behind him, so that lake is certainly not on the, well, between the teams. This is a safe lake for the TyRanT Warlords, and that's going to be docked by both Slam and his teammate Riot, who's playing in the grey just to the left of him as the Mongols. Just going to go over and build that dock very soon over here and fish away. Now, this makes things pretty interesting, because if you think about this situation here, you've got Riot and Slam with safe water. They're both going to have docks. They're both going to have fishing ships. Whereas the Viper and Cab, the water's a lot further away for them. They don't have access to this water. Whereas on the other side of the map, things are switched around. But we'll look at that in more depth in a minute. The other pocket player for the TyRanT Warlords is Fire, and he's playing as the Aztecs there. And on the left flank, in the orange, we've got Bagiofro, and he is playing as the Mayans. As usual, I think he's played the Mayans every single game so far. So, yeah, nothing new there. Nothing new there. He's on that left flank. That's the Warlords team, and they're down to the south of the map. The Legends team then, on the left side of the map, we've got Jordan23 playing in the green as the Mongols. I'm kind of feeling like this is deja vu, but of course it's not. And while we're watching Jordan, we're going to see Badgie over here attempting to steal this boar. Looks like he might do it successfully, actually, because this Eagle Warrior is pretty low on health. And Jordan is whacking away at that Eagle Warrior there as he runs and probably dies, because by the looks of things, that scout is going to catch him. One more hit, and that is one dead Eagle Warrior right there. The boar will run back, and Jordan will safely bring that boar home, provided this villager doesn't die. He has got his scout to block it, though, so he should be fine. That's Jordan23 on the left flank, and it does seem like he's going to use that scout a little bit. He's going to be absolutely fine. Look at that. He's going to get 3 boar, in fact. So, I'm starting to think that it was actually Jordan who stole first. That's the only reason he'd have 3 boar, unless this map comes with 3 boar, but it doesn't. So Jordan23 started things by laming, and Bagiofro tried to lame him back, but didn't manage it. So there you go. Jordan's scout there pretty low because of that. So pretty interesting start, and this could throw a little bit of a problem up for Bagiofro here as he builds that barracks and probably attempts to rush this with very little resource. So on the left side then, we've seen Jordan already. In the pocket position, we've got Doubt playing as the Mayans in the teal. And again, deja vu, anyone? In the other pocket position, we've got Cab in the blue. Is he playing the Vikings? Yep. Deja vu, anyone? And on the other pocket, on the right flank, we've got the Viper in the yellow playing as the Huns, which is what he played as last game. Deja vu, anyone? I don't know. I wish they would play different civs sometimes, but what can you do? So Slam's walling this up here. That's interesting. That's quite a big wall off to do, and he's doing it quite early. We've got Viper walling up, we've got Cab walling up, and these guys obviously fishing at the back of the map here, perhaps looking to do a fast castle instead, rather than do a fast feudal and aggression. We'll see. These guys don't seem to have a solid plan here on this right side. It could be Slam doing a barracks very soon, but it's too late for a barracks now. Let's do a drush anyway. So he's just walling up, and these guys are going to get a really quick team wall. Fire here, walling as well across the center, and once they've closed this, they're going to be nearly fully walled, in fact. So that's interesting. TyRanT Warlords making extra effort here to wall up as fast as possible. The drush from Badger on the left side coming in, and they are going to be bringing down or chasing down these villagers. It's a good job as well, because Jordan here, obviously after laming that boar, getting 3 boar, he's obviously going to want to get as much food. Oh, sorry. For Bad Jofro, he's going to want to deny as much food as possible from Jordan 23. But Jordan 23 going to continue to lame, going to continue to kill these deer, and going to continue to keep Bagiofro's food as low as possible, bringing in his own barracks on the left side as well. But Jordan's already up to feudal, and it looks like he wants to get nice and aggressive on this left hand side with that barracks going up now, and just battering one of those militia to death there. So stable coming up, and we'll probably just see scouts into archers for Jordan on the left side. Scouts gonna be okay, but it all comes down to, I guess, whether he can get through or not. Now Bagiofro here, he's actually open. He must know that he's open, but I'm gonna assume at this point he thinks he's closed. He's not walled up the back of the map, but right here, there is a gap, and Jordan can go straight through with his scouts and start to hit Bagiofro's woodline, hit his economy, and that could be pretty nasty for him. So most players now going up to feudal on like 28 to 38 population. It's only Viper and Jordan. He went up pretty quick, but then again, even Jordan up on 30 population already. Viper's on 24 into the feudal age, and I think he was trying to do scouts on this right side, and indeed he looks to have actually added 1 or 2 scouts. I'm not sure where they are. I'm struggling to see them because of the mini-map. I'll have a look on the military mini-map. He's actually only got 1 scout, so I'm not sure what his plan was there. It looks like he's and ahhing about what to do. He's obviously changed his plan. He wouldn't go up to the feudal age with 24 population or less if he didn't plan to do a feudal rush. Obviously, once he realized this was fully walled up by Slam and fully walled up across the center of the map by Riot, he probably decided, right, I'm going to have to wall and boom and get to the castle age. But Viper here not going to be able to fast castle this comfortably because he didn't build for a fast castle. So he is now going to struggle a little bit. He's going to be stonewalling this up to keep himself protected and buy himself time so he can get that castle age upgrade. Now meanwhile, Jordan 23, this is where the action is going on. This is where the magic happens. Over on the left side of the map, Jordan here getting his scouts into that woodline of Bagiofro. This villager here getting pretty low, 6 health, but gonna go back to the TC safely. Jordan gonna bring in his villagers, getting 1 villager kill already, and Bagiofro trying to stand and fight. Jordan adding in a watchtower and continuing to add scouts and archers and skirmishers. I think wow, look at that. Bagiofro with a little bit of quick walling there, utilizing the gate, of course, for the faster wall off with the. Well, that's a pretty large amount of coverage right there with the gate. So, quick wall off from him. He saved his ass a little bit. He did lose 1 villager. And that tower from Jordan now going up here instead. Of course, Bad Jofro are going to try and get a counter tower up, and it looks like he might just do that successfully. He has got more villagers building it, but Jordan did bring some more over. So it looks like Jordan's tower will go up first, though Bad Jofro's tower should not be far behind. And with this quick wall off, making this funnel towards his TC, I think Bad Jofro is going to be fairly safe for now. He just needs to hop into that tower to keep his villagers safe. Of course, his gold income is going to be severely damaged by this, but at the same time, he didn't make any scouts because he can't. He doesn't have the option to, and as a result, he may reach the castle age first. Meanwhile, Riot is coming in at the back of Jordan's base, trying to hit him right back and getting one villager killed by the looks of things already. Seems to have a good number of scouts there as well. And if he can get some more kills, that'll be good for him. Obviously, if he can deny wood, that's also great, as we know full well that Jordan is already making archers from this range. So that's going really well on the left side for Bad Jofro and Riot there with those scouts coming in. Obviously, Jordan 23 could have done a lot more damage, but as it stands, Bad Jofro countered it wonderfully well. And he is now walling up this archery range as well, so that Jordan cannot make any more units from it. And he's going to have to rebuild that, which is costly. So he played a very risky game, and I don't know if that's definitely going to pay off. So on the right side, we've got Viper now going up to the castle age, but much slower than Slam. Slam's castle already, and he did not waste any time at all getting up to the castle age. Got those knights out on the map as well, and with Huns, he's obviously got great knights. He can upgrade all the way to Paladin. He's got Bloodlines done already. He's got +1 defense, and now he is looking to get through this hole in the middle of the map, which is wide open at the moment, and get into the economy of both Doubt and Cab. If he can get in there, that would be really good. It looks like as well, Doubt's lost a couple of villagers. He's also been forced to make some spears, as well as Cab. In fact, quite a few deaths here. So, it looks like Riot's done a fantastic job so far. And if we have a quick look at the military stats, which I'm struggling to get up, we can see that Riot's killed 5 units already, which is certainly not bad. Make that 6, and in comes the knights. Now, this is the main thing. He just bought the time, really, for his teammates, for Slam, to get in here, bring the knights in, and start causing trouble. Now, Jordan really wants to wall this up, but is he going to pull it off? Of course he's going to pull it off, walling that quickly to prevent any more knights getting in. Now, I guess the question is, will this castle go up? And I assume the answer is yes, because look at the spears here. 3 spears from Cab, 2 from Doubt, and that's going to be more than enough to push those knights away. Of course, Slam looking for alternate routes in. Going to bring down that palisade wall very quickly, and it's not going to take long at all for Slam to break that down and start to harass a little more. I think, though, that the TyRanT Warlords don't have too many people up to castle yet. I'm checking fire here. Fire's still feudal at the moment. Having a look at Bad Jofro, he's still feudal. Slam is the only one to reach castle so far, with Riot just on the way up now. Quite slow in comparison. And when you consider as well that both Doubt and now Viper are up to the castle age here, I don't think that the Warlords are in a particularly amazing position, but they have done some nice early game damage, which is always a good thing. Keeping that pressure on as usual. So Bad Jofro now coming in with some skirms and some archers, mostly skirms, and that's going to be really useful to support these knights. Of course, skirms a natural counter to any archer units, so plumed archers going to be affected by those skirms quite dramatically. And with a few ranged units in the mix as well, they might find a few more villager kills as well. So castle age upgrades are so vital to get that quick, but look at that. Doubt on the way up to Imp. We saw what happened last time. We got that fast Imperial from Doubt. 20 minutes and 50 seconds. That sling from Cab going straight to Doubt there. And Doubt in 55 population. 56 now as he builds more plumed archers. But 21 minutes, Imperial Age. And we know what's going to happen as soon as he hits Imp. He's going to be making more and more plumed archers. He's going to have a second castle very soon. And he is going to be looking to basically just dominate one area of the map with that, with those Imperial Age Mayan warriors, the fantastic elite plumed archer. For now, though, these guys are taking quite a beating. Obviously, Plumed Archers in the Castle Age leave a lot to be desired. They need a few upgrades before they really become great. And with Slam having +2 defense and Bloodlines now on these Knights, and with a lot of Knights streaming through the map, it seems to me like Doubt's having a little bit of a hard time keeping his villagers safe, getting that second castle up, and even protecting his Plumed Archers at the moment. He's doing a really good job of getting in there, just keeping that pressure on. The question is, once Doubt reaches Imp, will Doubt be able to push this right back, or will he still struggle to defend from the Knights of Slam? The likelihood is he's going to be able to start pushing it back, but then again, Riet's in here now as well. He's bringing his Knights in, and the Warlords are getting really aggressive now as they come all the way through. Now, Jordan is also slinging, which is weird, but it's true. Jordan, the Mongol player, slinging Doubt. So Doubt getting the double sling. He really wants to get that Elite Plumed Archer upgrade quickly. And I mean, the game is basically won or lost right here, I feel. If Doubt manages to defend, then obviously his team is going to be at a big advantage. If Doubt dies here, if he doesn't manage to get the second castle up, if he can't defend this area of the map, then Doubt is done for. But Doubt's Imp, the second castle, looks like it's about to go up. And there's a lot of fully upgraded Castle Age Plumed Archers there. And we're going to see those upgrades coming in very quickly. Bracer at the Blacksmith. At the University, there's nothing just yet, but lots of Plumed Archers coming out from 2 castles at a time. And meanwhile, on the right side, Viper's just booming up at the moment. Looks like he's going to be going Imp very soon after getting those 4 TCs up. And at the moment, just putting up that monastery. But Imperial Age is not far off from Viper as well at the moment. Problem is, Knights. Knights everywhere. They get into the woodwork, and they are a pain in the ass to get rid of. Cab here, losing a lot of villagers. So far, he's lost 15 units and killed just 1. And he is now relying on Doubt to keep him safe. So if Slam and Riet stay nice and aggressive in here, even though Doubt is in the Imperial Age, they're playing a very defensive game. They do have to defend these Knights before going out and attacking. So that's going to be really important to do. And that could buy the TyRanT Warlords a little bit of time. Notice Fire is slinging at the moment. And Slam now might be close to the Imperial Age. Indeed, he's on the way up. I don't think anyone else is on the way up at the moment, though. Viper going to be up very soon, but Slam going to be the second up to the Imperial Age here. Question is, will Doubt push the advantage now? And solidify their grasp on this game. Bad Jofro is still insisting on producing tons of archers. He's just hit the Castle Age, and we are going to see Crossbow coming up from him in just a minute. I'm surprised he didn't do that sooner, but either way, Crossbow coming out from him. The problem is, we're going to see Elite Plumed Archer from Doubt in just a minute. And Archers, Crossbows, they are not going to stand up to that. I mean, look at that. 4+3 range, there we go. 5+3 range, sorry. 5+3 attack, and 2+2 defense. That is a lot. And these Crossbows, just not going to have the firepower to go head-to-head with these Plumed Archers here. Not to mention, the Plumed Archers are cheaper. So, really, it's not economically viable for Bad Jofro to fight these Plumed Archers now, and he needs that Imperial Age upgrade quickly. I guess the only thing they've got to rely on at the moment is Slam reaching the Imperial Age here, and bringing those Cavalier and Paladins into the TyRanT Legends economy. If they can do that, then they're going to be in a good position. But Viper, as well, going to be Imperial very soon. He's just clicked up this second. And he is going to be getting very, very aggressive as well as soon as he hits in the Imperial Age. The TyRanT Legends with a full wall at the moment as well, trying to close these gaps a little bit by the looks of things. At the moment, it's looking a little bit dodgy for the Warlords. The Legends here, having Doubt into the Imperial Age so early, having a fully upgraded Mind player, that is a huge deal. It is so difficult to stop them, and Doubt is basically doing what we saw in that Land Nomad game, bringing in the Trebs, bringing in the Elite Plumed Archers, and he is just going to pummel his way through the enemy team's economy. As soon as those trebs deploy on this TC, it's going down, and Slam's gonna have to come in and save the day. He is their savior. So Cavalier coming in, of course, straight away. Plate Barting Armor, of course, straight away. And Slam now sending his knights over here on this left side to try and help out. That castle's going to go up in just a sec, though. But if Slam can get those trebs, that'll be huge. They'll definitely slow down Doubt's progression in here. But Doubt already breaking through those walls very quickly with those plumed archers. And the trebs are just coming over now. So Slam has to defend this. He has no choice. And I think it would make more sense at this point to put a gate in here and go around the back rather than coming through this left side and getting all bundled up in this choke here. If Doubt was to move all of his plumed archers to here, then Slam would not be able to push in. And I think Doubt might be doing that. I don't know. Yeah, is he going to do it? Just stop right there. Stop right there. And basically Slam cannot get through this choke point. So I don't know if he's going to go forwards. Maybe he'll try and take the hill and hold the choke point there. But the reason I said here is because it's the narrowest point and it's got a castle behind it as well. So yeah, Slam can't easily push into that. It's a horrible position. They need to go around the back, and even then it's going to be difficult. Obviously, Treb's deploying on this castle on this TC very quickly. And there you go. Slam's coming through. And I think Doubt going to run back to the choke point. It would make a lot more sense for him to do that. Bringing some villagers forwards. Perhaps he could put a couple of walls up to try and make the choke point even narrower. That would certainly work in his favor. There's the walls. Stone wall coming up. Maybe one at the top here as well. And that way he can have the choke point and the hill. And that's just the best of both worlds. There you go. Look at that. He might even wall it off entirely. Because, I mean, why not wall it off entirely? That would just stop Slam getting through completely. But either way, Slam's coming around the side. Viper's coming in with knights, but they'll be Cavalier very soon. And Riot is now up to the Imperial Age as well. He's going to be starting to produce some Mangadai to try and save Bagiofro's ass over here on the left side. Bagiofro so far losing that TC. He's wide open, and that's it. The wall has been breached for the TyRanT Warlords. And with that, there's going to be a lot of plumed archers streaming into their economy. And they are going to wreak havoc in there. It's not going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty. Viper, meanwhile, fighting against Slam here. Same upgrades, completely the same upgrades. Viper just getting the Cavalier upgrade, but he had the advantage there in numbers, so he could fight that head on. And, well, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the TyRanT Warlords at the moment. They had a really nice early game. They had a lot of map control. They did a lot of early damage, but Doubt being up to the Imperial Age in 20 minutes is just too much to deal with, obviously, and these guys are struggling. Doubt raiding very, very heavily at the back of the map. Slam coming in to try and clean that up with Paladins as fast as he can, but Viper coming through with some Cavalier now as well, and once you get plumed archers spread out in the back of your eco, once they're picking away at all your villagers, you lose so much, so fast. It's just very, very difficult to come back from that kind of situation and rebuild. It takes so long, and it is so difficult to do. So Slam's coming in here. Again, these choke points are causing so many problems. This castle from Doubt is in just a great location. So many tiny little choke points where these paladins can just get chopped up. That is costly. And Slam there just throwing away those units for almost nothing. Bagiofro reaching the Imperial Age just about now. And at the moment, Viper's going to have to go back slightly here because he is fighting against Paladin. We've also just got Siege Onager from Riot, so that's what Riot's been doing all this time. I was wondering where the Mangadai were. He's been upgrading Siege Onager instead, and I think that is a very, very good move by him. Siege Onager, of course, going to be able to lay down a lot of damage onto the plumed archers. And now Doubt just has to focus on keeping his plumed archers split and keeping them wide apart. But yeah, obviously Siege Onager coming out, that could cause a lot of trouble. We'll see. Meanwhile, Riot just getting neglectful of his trebuchets. He's going to lose both of them. And that castle will stay up because of that as well. Great timing by the Viper there, bringing that attack through. I'm just concerned because Riot here, he has really prioritized Siege Onager first. And while Siege Onagers are great, it's really the Mangudai that are the backbone of the Mongol army. These Siege Onagers, yeah, I mean, they're great at dealing with these plumed archers. Get a couple of big shots in, they will wipe out that entire army. But with so many paladins kind of hanging around, with Viper doing pure paladin right now, he just has to focus the Onagers down. And the plumed archers are going to clean up the rest. So I think really going to want to buy some time here. Their entire team going to want to buy some time, of course, to try and get Bagiofro fully upgraded with those plumed archers. To try and get Riot fully upgraded with those Mangudai. But yeah, here on the left side, Bagiofro is in trouble. He's lost a lot of eco. He's going to struggle getting those plumed archer upgrades. He's taking literally just only wood at the moment. He's got no gold income at all. His gold here, not under pressure at the moment, but he was pushed off of that earlier on. His gold on the front denied by these castles of doubt. Meanwhile, is there anything else going on? Well, Viper's pushed in on the right side a little bit. He tried to do some damage over there, but he didn't do a huge amount. These team walls really do help when it gets to the Imperial Age. But we've also now got Jordan into the Imperial Age as well. And these guys starting to trade across the back of the map. Now Jordan's up to Imp as well. That's going to be more problems for the Tyrant Legends. Sorry, for the Tyrant Warlords even. The Legends are doing great at the moment. It's the Warlords who are very much on the back foot. And I think in this situation, the Warlords are going to have a tough time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. The only thing that could turn this around now, I feel, is if these Siege Onagers get some big shots. Like, it's all about the Siege Onagers at the moment. It's all about those big shots. And that is what it's all about. There we go, cutting through. Riot breaking down those trees and making a pathway for these paladins, making a pathway for these Mangudai to go through. Bagiofro piling in there as well. And Doubt, just as he lost that castle, the army bears down upon him. These elite plumed archers running back a little bit at the moment. The one thing I'm concerned about on this left side, though, is Jordan now bringing in those trebs, starting to take down the castles of Bagiofro. Bagiofro cannot afford to lose those castles. If he loses them, he loses plumed archer production, and that is game over if that happens. Meanwhile, Viper's trying to push through, and look at that. Is there a hole? Yes! Of course, there is always a hole. Slam unable to defend. Viper found his way through with those paladins, and that is a lot of paladins into the economy of the Warlords. There is nothing back here to defend from this. And that is devastating. Paladin's going to bring down these TCs very quickly. Slam doesn't even have fletching, so these Paladins are going to take no damage from that TC at all. 1 damage an arrow, that's nothing. And they can just take these TCs down so quickly if they focus fire them. Not that they're going to definitely or necessarily try and do that. They'll look for villager kills first, but that's a huge blow to the Tyrant Warlords economy. A huge blow to their economy. And Viper now on the left side bringing some paladins over here, as these guys have a little bit of a treb war. But really the damage is being done back here. So much damage coming in. In the center of the map, Doubt's been pushed back a little bit, as we saw that attack from Riot and Slam there was great. But now Slam's been forced back, bringing all of those paladins back to defend his eco. Whilst meanwhile, Viper just cleans up so many villagers. And I was already on the the military tab. There we go. Well, God's sake, there it is. There it is. And we can see Viper's got 103, lost 60. That's a pretty big ratio for him. He's killed about, he's killed nearly more than anyone else in the game. Doubt at the moment with 158 kills, in fact, which is pretty good. But look at this, Bagiofro somehow affording 6 trebs, but he did lose his castle. Riot bringing in some trebs as well now, and suddenly the battle has shifted. It was all about the battle over here, now it's about the battle over here. And Jordan also losing a castle now as well. But once again, Riot using his cut and run strat, breaking his way through these trees, using the Siege Onagers to team kill. Oh my god, those Mangudai nearly got flattened by their own Onagers there. That would have been terrible. That is not good. But anyway, Siege Onagers deploying. This could be huge. Oh my goodness me! Those two Siege Onager shots could have not been better. Doubt on wide stance, of course. Those Siege Onager shots landing almost perfectly onto Doubt's army. That's pretty huge. And this is a really important area of the map for the TyRanT Legends here, because they're trading right here. I mean, Riot here, he can see those carts. He just wants a piece of the carts. But unfortunately, there's a lot of units on the hill attempting to stop them. But seriously, this could be the break. This could be the break they need. If the Warlords break through here and start killing this trade, this could be huge. The only problem is that they are going to have to attack uphill. Viper's bringing all of his units over to this left side. And I think this is going to be the real focal point. Obviously, Jordan at the moment does not have Siege Onager. He was slower up to the Imperial Age, but there they go. The Warlords are going for it. They're pushing in. Meanwhile, over here, we've got a raiding party. A raiding party from Doubt. And he's looking for some kills. But over on this left side, my goodness me, what an absolute mess. Viper focusing down the Siege Onagers. The Siege Onagers not landing too many seriously large hits. And I don't know which way this fight's going to go at the moment. We've kind of got a multitude of fights going on at the same time. Slam's trying to work his way up this hill to take down these Trebs. It looks like the castle at the back is about to fall. Somehow, Bagiovro has kept these trebuchets alive, and Jordan 23 loses his castle. Bagiovro is pushing up that hill with Riot, with the Mangadai and those plumed archers there, and Slam just pushing up as well. Fantastic teamwork from the Warlords there. That teamwork was awesome. They really played that well. And look at that trebuchet bolt as well, landing on the Onager there. Great play. And that has thrown many spanners in the works. Many spanners in the works for the TyRanT Warlords. They basically just lost their trade line there. That's nasty. They've lost their hill, and now their economies are wide open. Great play. I don't know how they kept their Trebs alive for so long. That Treb war did not stop for the entire time. Both Jordan and Bagiovro losing their castles on the hill. But just great play. And honestly, those Siege Onagers for Riot have been well worth it. Cutting through the trees, it's a fantastic move. And it's one that you don't see coming as well. Not only that, but landing some great shots. Now, obviously, we're going to be looking out for other things that are going on. We know that Doubt sent a bit of a raiding party in, but I don't think that really came to much. I don't see any teal on the other side of the map. And now all of a sudden, things are looking like, for the Legends anyway, that it could start turning around into the Warlords' favor here. Obviously, the Warlords, though, they've lost a lot of economy. Having a look at Riot's economy here, it's not a pretty sight. He's not got many villagers left. They have been raided pretty heavily all this time, but it's now the Warlord's turn to do that raiding. Riot's got a ton of Mangadai right here. And the big deal is the Siege Onager, which Jordan 23 has just finished, which is lovely. Jordan 23 could, once again, help his team to turn this around with the use of the Siege Onagers. We'll find out. But both teams having Siege Onagers now, that's a big deal. Very big deal. I'm trying to figure out what's going on at the back of the map here. These guys Xing around all over the place. On this left side, this TC is coming down. Jordan could lose a big chunk of his eco here. But we're going to have another fight. And you know what? I'm a little surprised that the Warlords didn't push in a little faster. Or didn't push in a little more aggressively. They've kind of given Jordan the opportunity to build these row of castles here. These castles weren't here a minute ago. Jordan throwing them up and attempting to protect their new trade line, which has been moved back a little bit. Meanwhile, Jordan's lost his TC and he's running away, but these guys really need to protect this area now. I think what they want to do is move the trade down here, which is risky because it's wide open to Slam. In fact, look at that. Cab his trade carts are outside of Slam's walls. They're like, can we come to your side, please? I'm sure they'd love that. But trading down here is risky because they've not got it walled up at all. But for the time being, it's probably safer than trading up here. I guess we'll find out very soon. Again, we've got another standoff. Waiting for the Warlords to make their move. And like I said, I'm surprised they didn't push in a little faster. That would have been a good move to make. And oh man, Siege Onager shots coming in. But Jordan just realizing another couple of shots though. And that was huge. You've got to get the big Siege Onager shots if you want to turn things around. And so far, Riot has been finding them. He has been finding those shots. Pretty much everybody fully upgraded on all counts here. Got to keep those Siege Onagers safe at the back. Jordan at the moment trying to keep them behind the archers. Make sure that these paladins can't get in and kill them off. But we've now got light cabs coming through for Viper. And I'm starting to wonder what the trade situation is looking like for the Warlords now. I'm wondering how they've still got gold at this point in time. We've not seen a single trash unit from the Warlords. And considering that Bad Jofro lost his gold earlier on, and considering they're not really trading, I'm wondering how they're pulling that off. It's quite impressive. But they are going to be running out of gold very soon, I'm sure. Slam here down to like 200 gold. Ritz on 600. Cab is on, that's the other team. Fire.
Humiliation.
Oh my goodness me. Wrong one. Fire on 0 gold. And let's have a quick look at Bad Jofro on 800. So they've all got less than 1,000 gold each. They are going to need trade very soon. And they really don't have much trade at all. And that worries me for the Warlords here. That really worries me. The Legends have been trading for longer. They're continuing to trade now. They're trying to trade a little more. They've got a lot more cards. And that could give them more longevity in this game. It could give them a lot more longevity. But so far, Riot's Mangonel shots or Onager shots have been fantastic. And it's awesome. And he is really keeping his team afloat at the moment. Yes, it said humiliation. I didn't mean to press that button. I pressed the wrong button. Cycling through the players and the soundboard. They're all so close together. So that's not how you protect your Siege Onagers. Letting the Paladins go in and close the gap. Oh man, these guys are getting wrecked over here. Elsewhere on the map, there's not really a lot going on. In fact, there's no other attempts at breaching the walls or anything like that. It's all just focused on one point, all on this left side. On the right, Cab's walling this up with fortified walls to help protect their trade. They're effectively walling Slam into his base. And now these guys are trading like lunatics on this right side. Mad amounts of trade going across. And the Warlords, like I said, just don't have any trade carts nearly. I mean, they've got so little that the gold is going to run out. And I want to know what they're going to do when it happens. Because it's going to happen. They seem to be running out of steam on this left side. There's nowhere near as many units here as there were a few minutes ago. And look at this huge horde of elite plumed archers from Doubt. Sure, there might be a few good Siege Onager shots here and there, but there's only one Siege Onager left now for Riot. And Viper just focused that down with his Paladins. So no Siege Onagers left. This Treb looks like it might go down very soon. And now Doubt's just pushing forwards with these plumed archers. For some reason, Jordan's holding back. He should be getting in there, getting his Siege Onagers in the mix as well. And that would be awesome. But honestly, Jordan at the moment needs to get in that fight, because that would be the ideal situation for the Legends up here. I don't know where else he might be at the moment, but he needs to be on it up here. He just doesn't seem to be on the ball at the moment. Sort it out, Jordan 23. Sort it out. But look at this. Warlord's getting pushed back a little bit. It's not good for these guys at all. And they've got to get some more siege out in here. They need to get a few more trebs, and they can start bringing down these castles and start pushing this back. At the moment, Bad Jofro's got the siege ram upgrade done. And with the siege ram, he is going to be able to start closing the gap towards these plumed archers. And that is obviously a big issue. So at the moment, Viper's trying to defend this right side. That's why he's not up in the top left at the moment. He has got a lot of hussars out. Obviously, his gold situation is not amazing, but he's trying to defend from the paladins of Slam, which keep coming over here. Also trying to raid where he can as well. I'm just surprised, to be honest with you, that no one else is even trying to attack anywhere else aside from this left side. It's all go on the left. All go. You know, to be honest with you, I'm wondering how useful these siege rams are going to be. With siege onagers and Mangudai out, I don't think they're going to be that important. Obviously, against plumed archers alone, siege rams are like, they are the shit. But against Mangudai and siege onagers, they do tend to go down pretty quick and not manage to do all that much. But this game just seems to have run out of steam a little bit. I'm just amazed by the sheer number of trade carts here for the Warlords, for the Legends. Look how many they've got. It's insane. Just carts everywhere for these guys. Mad amounts of carts. And for the Warlords, look at the comparison. There's not a huge number. They are slowly but surely getting there. But the Legends at the moment, they just don't seem to have kept their foot on the gas with the military production. Viper's nowhere to be seen on this left side. He's just trying to focus down on the right, and I don't know if that's the right thing to really be doing here. Because it's fortified, walled up. There's no raiding coming in. Look at that. That is a mess. That is an absolute mess of the trade. And hello, welcome Fire to the Castle Age at 56 minutes. He's finally decided he'll join us in the Castle Age. Not even in the Castle Age, everyone else is Imp. Obviously Cab as well, gonna be in the Castle Age as well, but still, that's kind of funny. A 56-minute castle time. Gotta love it. But yes, I'm surprised really that Slam's managed to keep this Paladin production going. He did have a few extra resources out on the front. In fact, look, Riot here as well, getting a little bit of extra gold in the middle of the map. And I think Warlords probably had a little bit of extra resource out there, if anything. But yeah, like, the Viper at the moment, just making Hussar. And I'm not really seeing where they are either. They just seem to be milling around. Just chilling. And I'm not seeing them. Let's look at the military minimap. That's usually a good idea. There they are. They're coming up to this left side. That makes sense. So Viper now bringing his army up to this left-hand side. Perhaps these guys want to push this right back here. The Warlords have just held it for the time being. And now the Warlords are up to something else. They're up to some trade killing. For the second time this game, the Legends are going to lose their trade. And that was great. You see, Riot breaking through those trees with his onagers. It's the way to go. And as a result, we've got Elite Mangudai into the trade line of the TyRanT team. The TyRanT Legends, that is. And trade carts up here going to be in trouble very soon if they don't deal with the Mangudai quickly. So Viper now probably regretting his decision to move all of his Hussars on this left side. Meanwhile on the left side they're pushing forwards, but they can only push into the castle. Once they hit the castle, they need Trebs or Rams. Onagers will not bring the castle down easily. It's doable, but it's not advisable. Obviously, the castle's very quickly killing and outranging the siege onagers. So Trebs here coming and deploying on these castles as quickly as they can. But this castle needs to be repaired. And oh man, look at those siege onager shots. Badgiofro's not awake. Oh my goodness me, he lost a lot of plumed archers in there. And this is the push we were waiting for from the Legends. It was only a matter of time. Meanwhile though, we still have a lot of units in their economy. But look at this, Riot and Slam, they've not pushed through. They've not hunted the trade carts down. And now, the TyRanT Legends are trading across the top. It's like, right, you'll kill our trade at the bottom. It's fine. We've got trade at the top. And they're just going to go for that instead. Great push by these guys here. They are going to bring this down by the looks of it. And with that, that will be the trade of the TyRanT Warlords lost. And I mean, this is a pretty back and forth game, really. There's been a lot of back and forth with the train lines and stuff. This castle will fall now. Down it goes. And there is only one castle here protecting the trade up in the north. So It's, like I say, pretty back and forth. Viper's having a tough time defending on this right side. Obviously, these elite Mangudai, there are too many of them for Viper to easily defend from. Against Paladins as well, it's not easy. But there's elite Mangudai need to make it up to here. Imagine all those Mangudai right here. Think of the villager kills. Think of the trade cart kills. It would be insane. But I'm interested to see who's got the most gold at the moment. There's still not a huge amount of gold floating around, even with this many trade cards. It's crazy. But either way, this push here has been fantastic by the Legends. There's going to be a lot of dead trade cards over here very soon, as Bagiofro loses ground. And Slam still making Paladins, but the question is, how long for? Will he be able to keep Paladin production going after he starts running out of gold and after these guys have lost the trade? The thing is, for the Legends, because they've got decent map control, they were able to build their markets here. Now we've got the Warlords building their markets down here, and they now want to trade across this side. Of course, it's going to be tough because Cab's walled it up, so it's going to be really inefficient, and there's going to be a lot of carts bundled up in these choke points if they do trade across that way. Jesus, Jordan 23 with the siege onagers. Absolutely does not know the meaning of overkill, obviously. Look at that. My god, there's a lot of siege onagers there. Meanwhile, continuing to bring these castles down. It's only a matter of time now. And we've got the TyRanT Legends losing this right side. The TyRanT Warlords gonna start trading there, but the TyRanT Legends are ready. They're waiting. Doubt's brought some plumed archers over. The Viper has brought his hussars over. But you know what? I can't help but think, like, Cab and Fire in this game, the slingers. Basically, Fire is pure sling. Cab is pure sling. I can't help but feel like these guys could just get to the castle age, boom their economy to 200 pop, go make a cup of tea, come back to the game in 5 minutes time, send their resources out, rinse and repeat. It's like... I mean, what is Cab even doing at the moment? He's just idling. He's just probably sitting there with his feet on his desk, waiting for his resources to build up enough so he can send them to his teammates, and then just letting them do all the work. It's kind of amusing, just to have a pure sling. I always find it funny when you see that. Either way, on the right side, the Viper's pushing down the hill with his hussars. Of course, he's obviously pretty low on gold. He's not making any paladins at all. Which I'm so surprised at that, because I honestly thought that Slam would have less gold than the Viper this game, since these guys have so much trade. But either way, Doubt sitting on that hill, going to be laying into the Paladins. Jordan 23 bringing a Siege Workshop up because, well, he obviously doesn't have enough Siege Onagers. And meanwhile, we're going to see another castle going down any second now. Big Onager shots from Riot, though. As usual, kicking serious ass with those Onagers. So good from him. But it doesn't matter how good those Onager shots are. It doesn't seem like they are going to easily stop the push on this left side. I think Jordan's just going to keep pushing through. And oh man, Jordan! Oh, did you see that? He just killed about 7 of his own Mangudai with his Siege Onager right there. Wow, come on man, wake up. I can't believe that. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. These Siege Onager shots from Riot have just been dirty. They've been so good. My goodness me. So yeah, left side is just, well, it was looking amazing a second ago for the Legends. Suddenly, it's just not looking amazing. It's just so back and forth here. Look, as Cab brings his trade cards through, he's like, right, I'm here to do some trading. Let me just bring my 50 trade cards here. Oh, look, no, there's some plumed archers. How many trade cards will he lose? This is the problem when you try and get 50 trade carts to mob one town center. It doesn't work. They get very stuck very fast. And Bagiofro, he's got his eye on the ball. He's looking for some trade cart kills, but it looks like most of those trade carts are going to get out. Meanwhile, that's just an absolute mess right there. On this right side, Viper in doubt, holding out as best they can. Viper's got his foot on the gas with the Paladins once again. And oh man, it's just like who is gonna hold each side? The Warlords, where's their trade gone though? They're still trading up here to the north. They've built their markets back a little bit, and they're trying to trade across the back as well. But it's gonna get pretty choky in there. Like I said, that's not a wise choice. But they are really squishing Viper's economy here. So Viper's eco is really non-existent right now. I mean, why does it need to be existent? He's got Cab slinging him all of his resources. That's a lot of paladins. It's a lot of onagers. And it seems like only Slam has decided to show up to defend this right-hand side, retreating away. And it looks like Legends are going to win that back. But as I say that, the Warlords are starting to sort of hold the left a bit better as well. Though, I don't know. Jordan certainly has a lot more Mangonite than he had a minute ago. And Matt Jeffro is taken to building Halberdier, which is certainly not the wisest option against Mangonite. But if that's his only option, well, it's not his only option. Skirmishes would be another option. But hey, there you go. Jordan going to push up the hill. Quickly losing 3 onagers in the blink of an eye. They're so devastating. They're just so fun to watch. Like, onagers is just ridiculous. The most ridiculous things happen when the onagers are in town. But this castle is the last thing or these 2 castles rather. The last thing was standing between the Legends and the Warlords trade, the Warlords economy. And I think that's it. They're calling GG. And the Legends are going to be victorious right here. I think the Warlord's just running out of steam. It's one of those games that, you get 2 types of games. You get games that go to Imperial and they're over in 36 minutes because one team has a significant advantage. Or you've got the games where it's a big slog match for about 25 minutes. It's just a huge slog match. It's back and forth, and then one team just runs out of steam. And then it kind of slowly drops off. And that's kind of what happened here for the Warlords, I feel. They just dropped off. They couldn't trade as well. They couldn't get as much gold as the Legends could. Obviously, the Viper there pushing this back with Doubt on this right side. With those Paladins in the mix, they were able to push it right the way back. On the left side, Jordan 23 with his Onagers, with his Mangonite and Trebs, able to just do the damage needed. And I think it was pretty much just coming down to the trade there. The fact that the Legends managed to switch their trade down here to the south of the map so quickly, that definitely kept them in a good position. And from that, they just held it and they got the advantage. So it was kind of like, one of those games that just slowly but surely peters out for one of the teams. And eventually, it was the Warlords who just could not keep it up. And there you have it. GG. Going to be 3-1 now to the TyRanT Legends, and that is definitely a good game for them. So we're going to come back and update the scoreboard for you guys.